Official Ria, also known as Riahna S. Edwards, MS, is an extraordinary inspirational speaker, ambitious entrepreneur, and multi-businesswoman. Her scope of services includes business consultant, coach, and manager. Ms. Edwards acquired real-world experience over the past several years. Her achievements are many and varied from business, entertainment, events, hospitality, sports, real estate, and retail industries, which have widened her scope of knowledge and strengthened the relationship she builds with her clients. Ms. Edwards embodies integrity, dedication, and perseverance in all situations, yielding effectiveness in her work. She developed interchangeable skills such as motivational speaker, leadership, managerial, communications, organizational. She developed interchangeable skills such as motivational speaker, leadership, managerial, communication, organizational, and delegation skills. Riahna continues to improve business development in her offices, making her a valuable asset to every team she encounters. She holds a master's in entertainment business and bachelor's in sports management. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Blondie Spotlight. Today, I have the fabulous, the phenomenal, the one and only official Ria.
Thanks so much for having me here.
I'm so happy to have you. So, for those who don't know, will you let the people know a little bit about yourself?
Yes, so hello everyone. Thanks you all for joining wherever you are joining from, internationally, nationally. Thank you all for joining, this show. I am Official Ria and I help high performing women own businesses and their teams optimize their performance, productivity, and profitability to generate 25% growth in revenue. So I help implement systems, SOPs, workflows, and automations to produce an operable, profitable, and successful business legacy.
I love it. So, of all the things that you could have chosen, what made you decide to jump into this industry?
So when I first got into the entrepreneurial journey, it definitely was, let's say, confusing to say the least, because I wasn't sure where I should put all my jacks of trades, if you will, into, as look at it on a map and hone in on the best assets to create a business service from that. Because I know when I was an employee, I was doing whatever my role was or I was getting paid to do. I was doing way more than I was getting paid to do. I was more so doing damage control within my title. So it was like, what is damage control? That's operations, that's management. So I was doing all the work, whether they wanted it or needed it. They were getting it done because I needed the order, I needed the systems, I needed the processes for my own sanity while I went into that workforce, that place of business. So that's how it came to be, operational management, because when it comes to even working with people within my own business community, the main question would be like, well, how do you do this? How do you do that? And be like, I don't know about the coaching part, but let me get control of whatever this you're doing so I can just do it for you. Like I'm just a quick executor, a quick person that just knew how to just get things done. I'll figure it out along the way. So that's how it became a done for you service, hybrid. So I work with executives, business owners and executive CEOs, leaders, corporate leaders. So they don't have the time to actually implement this in their business, where it's like, all right, you can definitely work with our company, partner with us for, a short period of time on a like quarterly basis. And then you get these systems implemented or restructured so you can maximize the time, reduce your efforts, and increase your profit in personal life. So that's how it came to be. And that's the journey that I'm in currently.
Okay. I love it. And she is not lying. She's absolutely an executor. We have an accountability group, and anytime we have a question, she's like, I'll figure it out. So she is absolutely phenomenal in this role. So you mentioned about figuring things out as a beginning entrepreneur. So can you talk a little bit more about that? Like, what was that journey like for you?
It was I mean, to speak transparent, it definitely was like scary because it was like there was no more protection, security, direction, guidance anymore. It was like, all right, if you want to do this by yourself, you got to figure it out. And even though I'm a figuring out person, I usually figure things out based on receiving some type of instruction from someone that could be 50% instruction, but I usually able to figure out the other 50%. So it was like a lot of trial and error, um, opting into random courses and funnels and all this stuff. I didn't know what those things were. I mean, before I started, I did work with a company who I had to set certain systems up, like the click funnels and the active campaign. It was just like words to me. So I set it up, but I never knew what that was. So when it came to being your entrepreneur, it was like, I need to do the research. So I became a research junkie. Like my encyclopedia brain definitely maximized, where I just knew way more than I needed to, wasn't executing anything. So it was like until I aligned myself with mentorship and coaches, and then I was able to actually get into the environments and invest to do. I can't go back and work for anyone else because I was treated so poorly in that last position. So it was like, this is what you have to do. So work with someone who's done it before. Work with work with a company in particular who's done it before, who have clients who are successful. So that's why I've aligned with mentorship and coaches, and then from there I'm now entering the rooms of all the gurus and the experts, the specialists, and then they have their own communities. So it's just aligning with the right people, creating my own seat at the table, if you will. And I would say the journey is never straight as an entrepreneur, as a CEO, a business owner. You always are pivoting and overcoming the adversaries, the challenges, but it's just more rewarding, I would say, with my peace, my sanity, my own schedule, my livelihood. It's yeah. I wouldn't say it's amazing today, but it will be amazing for sure because the abundance and the overflow is coming for sure. But it's like, yeah, it definitely is rewarding and bittersweet, I would say, as an entrepreneur, because it's not for everybody and it's not easy.
And
And
you just went right
yeah,
into what I was about to ask, like the negatives and the benefits of being an entrepreneur. You just wrapped all of that up together right there because it is tough. It is not straight at
yes,
all. It is hard and it is not for everybody, but the peace of mind that you get and you being able to create your own schedule, like you just tied that up with a bow. You did that.
yes. I mean, I don't miss being cursed out by customers in the line, and you still have to be there for another 4 hours. Like, nah, like, oh, your break is over. No, no. If I want to take a nap after this call, I'm gonna go take a nap after this call. You're not about to. No, no, no. I do like the luxury of this. This is definitely like a lifestyle. And I know people may see one version on like social media because we have such the flexibility. We're living our best life, and it's like, no, we are building content. Like, don't get it twisted. But it's definitely rewarding, but it's not for everybody because everybody would be an entrepreneur or a successful business owner, and that is not the case, to be honest. So
Absolutely.
here
And then
we
they
are.
would need us. So yeah.
Yes.
So we're going to get into more about Miss Official Ria. What is something that people would not guess about you, like a little known fact?
Mm, I'm originally from Long Island, New York. I'm the oldest of three, so I have two younger brothers.
Hmm.
And my favorite animals are dolphins. And I actually got to swim with a dolphin before COVID, before livelihood changed in 2019 in November for my birthday. So those would be my bucket. of little known facts.
Oh, that's cool. How was it swimming with the dolphins?
They're so I was a little scared, but it was just like it was the vibe. Like I'm like, oh, I'm a Scorpio, so the waters, we was it was vibes in the water, and then their skin. It's not skin. It's I've got let's say skin for the purpose of this, but
Because
yeah.
I
So
don't
their
know the
skin
difference.
was
So
like just so yeah, because it's not a skin, but it's like their skin, like the fish skin was like so smooth, and it was just like my dream. It's still my screensaver today, so I'm gonna keep swimming with them. I know they're so powerful and all that good stuff. But it was
that was
definitely
going to be my
amazing.
next question. So why is that your favorite animal? Because, most people are like, oh, a lion. Oh, something that's, I guess, a bear, something that's visually that we automatically think of as like a strong or powerful animal. What made you pick
Hmm.
dolphins?
I've always liked dolphins. Um, like even when I was in like elementary school, like when you had to create like the clip art and stuff, like dolphins will be my images, if not dogs. And I'm a water sign. So dolphins are mammals, so we are mammals too. I mean, we
Hmm.
can get into like we're like like there's mermaids and stuff. Like the whole like sea world. Like we don't even know like what the details of that life is. I think we only know like 10 or 15% of what actually exists underwater.
Right.
The dolphins, they're like magical creatures, and I know like now I think they're like banned with like if you're pregnant, you can't be like around the dolphins anymore or something like that. I know when that day comes, I'm going up in there because I want all because it makes your offspring like more intelligent and stuff like that. Like they have like these like it's like a magical creature. Like yeah, mm-hmm. I
I
love
did not
dolphins.
know that. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if
It's
I want
banned
a
now.
child, but I want to go swim with a dolphin pregnant now. So
Yes, I mean you shouldn't tell them, but yeah,
now we lying to
I'm
the
going. I'm going up in there before I'm start showing, like that the first trimester or like
uh-huh.
before you have a bump. Now I'm gonna
As
go up
soon
in
as you
there when
figure
their
it out,
brain
no,
is still
no, this is
forming.
just a fupa. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Yep, a little gas. That's all.
I love it. I love it. Okay. Finish this sentence. When I'm not working, I like to blank. Because we work a lot. In order to have this
Yes.
lifestyle, we got to put in a lot of work. So when we're not working, when I'm not working, I like to blank.
Mm. All right, so we're gonna finish the sentence because there's gonna be commas in there. I like to sleep, comma, eat, comma, or hang out with family or friends.
Okay.
That's my sentence.
Relax.
Yes, I'm all about peace right now. My zen, like, getting it back.
I am right there with you. We are both water signs. I forgot to mention that earlier. So maybe that's why we be vibing so much right there. Cause that just
Yes.
let me just be calm in water. Cause if this water get turbulent, it's not gonna be pleasant for anybody. So
Mm-mm.
we need to keep it
Nope,
calm.
it's gonna be a tornado. Yes.
Yes. Tsunami. It's gonna be tsunami Rhea. Cause I
Tsunami. That's
feel the
really yep,
calmness
with
from
the
you.
water.
With the opposite, it's like, that's you don't want that. You don't want that smoke. You don't want that smoke.
No, and I prefer to be in this nice zen, kumbaya. mm, you
Absolutely.
know, because y'all don't no one needs to be seeing that other side because it definitely came out a couple months ago, but I have no control. But
We
yeah.
ain't gonna dive any deeper into that. I want to know. We
Nope.
ain't gonna talk about it on camera, so we don't need to see that side. So I want to know if you had to start from scratch in your business. I want to be very careful about words because I feel like words are very intentional. So if you had to start from scratch or speaking to someone who was starting from scratch, what would be the first thing that you would do, or what would be the first thing that you would tell them to do? Somebody who wants to be an entrepreneur, they're starting from scratch, or you yourself, because they may be in a different industry. So we'll say stick with you yourself. If you were starting from scratch, what would be the first thing that you would do in your business?
I'm gonna go from the angle as being like a business coach. So in coaching or mentoring those transitioning to entrepreneurship, definitely identifying your budget, a realistic budget, like literally a realistic budget. Don't think it's a startup cost of 5,000. No, no, no. A realistic budget, because when you start investing like heavily, that's probably one thing as a kind of entrepreneurs. We when we start investing in ourselves, now we can't stop investing. We go from Amazon to investing in coaching. We go investing in all these applications, softwares, courses, left and right. And it's like, if your finances are not there and you are 100% entrepreneur, or you have a part-time, or this is your side hustle, definitely have a commitment with your time and your money. Because you can get your time, you can't get time back, but you can always make more money. So be intentional on having a dollar associated with every minute, every second of your entrepreneurial life. There has to be a balance when it comes to time and money. I would say that's the big thing, because you can do market research, but you won't know until you get in there and you start testing it. And I would say, as far as if you don't know what you should do, identify, like when I was in my own community, they're like, well, what people always ask you to do? I mean, that didn't help me, because they asked me to just do it. And it's like, all right. But for some people, it could be like, maybe like they're great at graphics and stuff. Like, I know I can do graphics. Do I want to be paid to do that? No. I can do it for my business though. It needs to get done. But it's like, if you're good at something, then like hone in like what you are great at and make it better. Like, become an expert, become a specialist in that niche, in that asset, in that field, that area, that scope, because people are going to want to dive in and pay with that. And then you can worry about structuring it, stacking it, your own program, your own services, your products, your offers. But your time, your budget, and then what can you bring to the table? I would say those three.
I love that. I love that. So let's see. Okay, we're going to go into this fun thing that I want to do. So we're going to do this or that, okay? I don't want to say rapid fire, because we're just going to go as we can go, okay? So
Okay.
let me see. Oh no, that one's weird. Sorry. I just gathered a whole bunch of these on Pinterest, and I'm like, let's see what's a fun one for you. Ooh, I think this is a good one. Okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Formal or casual?
Casual.
Beach or pool?
Beach.
Early bird or night owl?
Early.
You be up till 2:00 in the morning sometimes.
Yep, 2:00 is my cutoff, but I can still get up at 6 or 7.
Woo, not I. Okay, this is about you though. Sandals or sneakers?
Sandals.
Vinyl or Spotify?
Spotify.
Summer or winter?
Summer.
Tokyo or Paris?
Paris. Parlez-vous français?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Email or letter? Oh, that should be email
Letters.
or Facebook with them. Oh, you like letters. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Instagram or Twitter? Or if you want to throw another one in there, because you be on all the social medias and stuff, so you may have a different platform.
I like Tumblr.
Definitely wouldn't have guessed that. I forgot Tumblr was even around.
Yeah, I mean, I just go in there and like no one knows about it, so I'm not promoting that, but it's like one of those blogs I can just find anything, and
I remember when I used to use it, but I was like, everything else just kept coming, and I was like, yeah, and moved on from it. I need to go check that out in a minute.
They have
Staying
some good
in or
stuff in
going
there.
out?
Yeah. Staying in.
I already knew that one. It was just we right there with the peace thing. Like, let me be
Yep.
in the house.
Yep.
This was amazing. I really, really appreciate talking with you. So, how can people work with you?
You guys can work with me. The easiest way is definitely visiting www.official, RIAX8, the number 8.com/boss Ria, RIA. And you'll see all the available links that are available when you tune in on this particular episode. It will be updated regularly. So whenever you tune in, you can either send up a free resource, you can opt into my digital resources, and then we do have our 12-week program. If you are looking for some clarity on what's working and not working in your business, definitely let me know. You can DM me on all social media platforms at official Ria X8, and I'm official Ria. That is me.
Yes, it is. The links are going to be down below, so make sure that you check her out. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.